All right, so to wrap things up here for the week, finish up multiplying binomials here. I want to kind of go over one of each type of problem that you might see here. So again, the most basic type you're going to see is something like this: x plus 6 times x plus 11. Everything's positive, not too much going on here. Remember, step one is your distributive property. And in distributive property, that's multiplication. Okay, so that first step, we're multiplying. So we got to do x times x, we get x squared. X times 11 is 11x. Then we got to distribute the 6 to the x, we get 6x, 6 to the 11. We get 66. Step 2, combine like terms. So in our case, there's only two like terms here, 11x and 6x, to give us 17x plus 66, okay? So whenever you do a binomial times a binomial, two terms times two terms, you should end up with four terms. There might be some times where there's no like terms and you're just going to leave it like that, but a lot of the cases and the stuff that we're really concerned about here moving forward is you're going to get these two like terms in the middle here, 11x and 6x. Remember, like terms, same variable, they're both x's, they're both x to the first power, so we can combine those and make it 17x. And that's the answer that I want to see. Second up, you got to be careful of minus signs. So in a case like this, on your first step, we're doing x times x, you get x squared. X times 3 is 3x. Then you got this minus 7. You have to treat that like a negative 7. So negative 7 times x is a minus 7x. Negative 7 times positive 3 is negative 21, or a minus 21 there. So my final answer is going to be x squared minus 4x minus 21. Next up is when you run into coefficients on your x. So let's say we get like 3x plus 5 times 4x minus 7, something like that. All right, so you got to take those coefficients of x into account here. 3x times 4x, 3 times 4 is 12. You get x times x, which gives you x squared. 3x times the minus 7 will be negative 21x. Positive 5 times the 4x will be 20x. Positive 5 times negative 7 is negative 35. When you go to combine your like terms, negative 21 plus 20 is a negative 1x, and then minus 35. Again, that's negative 1. Don't write that, though. Like when you look in Schoology, I'm not going to put that negative 1 in there. It's just going to look like this. That's the answer that I would want to see. Okay. So those are kind of like your three straightforward examples as far as multiplying binomials. I just want to get into the two special cases. So first up would be a difference of squares. And that's going to start off with something like this. Let's go with x plus 7 times x minus 7. And in a case like this, you're going to get x times x is x squared, x times the negative 7, which is minus 7x. Then we'll get plus 7x, and then minus 49. So right there, negative 7x plus 7x is 0x. So when I go to write my answer, it's just x squared minus 49. There's no x term in the middle, okay, because it's 0x. That's like you owe me $7, you pay the $7 back, we're even, all right? So again, this is called a difference of squares. All right, and then last up, this one's going to be a perfect square trinomial. So when you get something like this, x plus 4 squared, when something's squared, it means you have two of them. So we have two x plus 4s here. So when you multiply this out, you're going to get x squared plus 4x plus 4x plus 16. 4x and 4x will give you 8x plus 16. So again, this one's called a perfect square trinomial. All right. So if you got any questions, send me an email. I'm more than happy to help you out. But those are pretty much all the cases you're going to run into with multiplying binomials here. And like I said, this stuff's really important because next chapter we're going to be going from. I'm going to give you this, and you're going to have to take it back to this. So important stuff here. Make sure you're getting the practice in, and do a good job on it. Have a good day. Bye.